Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, I'm super glad to see you here, and I really hope that you will stick around. So in today's video, as many of you have requested, I have been working on some more granny square patterns, and this is what we are going to do today. So basically, I have prepared a new pattern for sun granny square, and I have done multiple tests to make sure that it actually works and looks perfectly or as good as it can be. And this is what I'm going to teach you basically in this video. And as you can see in the end result, you're getting this super nice and cute, perfectly square shaped sun granny square. So yeah, I hope that you will enjoy, and I hope that it will help you to learn and create this square as well. And as always, I have tried to explain every single stitch in as much detail as possible to make sure that even beginners are able to recreate this, although some of these stitches are a little bit more advanced. So just keep that in mind, and if you feel like the speed of the video is too fast, or if I'm going too fast, then feel free to just adjust the speed of the video and just try to repeat it and watch again in order to understand how exactly it has to be done. But without further ado, let's jump into it. So here are all the materials that I'm going to use. And here I have two colors of cotton yarn, which is for ply. Then of course I'm also going to use a crochet hook, which is 3.5 millimeters in this case. And of course you will also need some scissors. And here is our final creation that I'm going to teach you. As you can see, colors are slightly different, but it's totally up to you what you want to use, as long as it makes sense for it to be a sun. But now let's get into it. First, I will be starting off with this yellow color, and the first step for us is to do a magic ring. So if you're not familiar with that, then just grab the yarn and tie it around your fingers like this to establish an X shape. So the final piece of yarn has to be going over. And then just take your crochet hook, go underneath the first piece of yarn, and then grab the second one and pull it through to establish a loop on your hook. And then yarn over and pull through the loop. So in this way, you will establish a secure loop on your hook, as well as you will have this ring here. And this counts as our first chain, and then just chain 2 more. So in total you have 3 chains. Then the next step for us is to do 11 double crochets into this magic ring. So to do a double crochet, yarn over, go through the ring and grab yarn and pull it through to have 3 loops on your hook. Then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2 again. So that's 1 double crochet, and now just repeat to make 11 in total. So that's 2, yarn over, go through the ring, pull some yarn, yarn over again, pull through 2 and pull through 2. And keep on doing that until you have 11 double crochets. As you are working on them, keep in mind that you always have to have 2 pieces of yarn when making any double crochet. So whenever you're doing them, make sure that you underneath you have both of them. And I will meet you back again once I have created 11 of them. And if you feel like you don't have enough of this second piece of yarn, then just feel free to pull it a little bit to make it longer, like that. And I'm just going to make the final double crochet. And that's it. So basically we have 1 chain of 3 and 11 double crochets. And now we just have to close this ring, and to do so you just have to pull this piece of yarn and tighten it, and it will establish a nice, basically perfect shape of a round. And then we just have to connect this round together, and to do so we will be going into the 3rd chain that we did in the beginning. So going in there with our crochet hook, grabbing some yarn and pulling it through, and then pulling this loop through the loop that we already had. So So that's basically a slip stitch that we just did. And once we have done this, just make sure to count your stitches that you have. So in total you have to have 12. So if we are starting from here, this is our first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 is the one that we just did slip stitch in. So we are sure that we have 12 and we can proceed further with the next round. So for the next, we have to chain 1, and then we are going to do a single crochet into the space where we made slip stitch in. So going through there, grabbing yarn to have 2 loops, then yarning over and pulling through 2. And then in this same step, we will also do a double crochet that is going to go around the stem of this chain of 3. So to do that, yarn over, go around the stem of the chain of 3, grab some yarn and pull it through, then pull it through to have 3 loops on your hook, and just keep in mind that you have to kind of lengthen it, then yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, and then we can move on to the next. So for the next, again, we start with the single crochet. So just going through this bit and doing a single crochet like that, and then doing double crochet around the stem of this double crochet. So yarning over, going around, grabbing some yarn and pulling it through and making the loop longer, yarning over and pulling through 2, yarning over and pulling through 2, like that. And then again, one more together. So first proceeding with the next stitch and doing a single crochet first, like this, and then doing a double crochet around the stem. So yarning over and going through the double crochet from the previous round, pulling the yarn through to have 3, yarning over, pulling through 2, and pulling through 2, like this. And then just proceed all the way around until you have done all of the stitches, and I will meet you back again once we have to finalize this round. Here I'm just completing the final stitch that I have here. So first doing single crochet and then double crochet around the stem of the double crochet from the previous round, like that. So now we have finalized round 2, and again we just have to connect it. So to do that, I will be going through the single crochet here, which was our first stitch of this round, and then doing another slip stitch in there, like that. So now in total you should have 24 stitches all around if you count them. So just do that to make sure that everything is okay. And now we can start with the following round, and for that one we will be basically doing single crochet all around with any changes. But first we just have to chain 1, and then in the same space we will start with our first single crochet. So that's 1, then moving on to the next stitch, again single crochet, that's 2, going to the next one, again single crochet, and so on until you have gone all the way around. Here I have finalized the round 3 and done all the way through single crochets all the way around. And now we can again connect and finalize this round by connecting it and doing a slip stitch with the first stitch from this round. So again, going through it, pulling through and pulling through the loop that we had on our hook. So that's round 3. And also for your awareness, you can actually skip round 3 if you want to. So this is how it would look if you didn't do the round 3. And then basically the following round, which I'm going to show you in a second, would have to be done in the back loops only. So that's something that you can choose to do. But now let's move on to the round 4 for this particular way that I'm showing you now. And first we have to chain 2, so 1 and 2. And then in this first space where we basically did the slip stitch, we will do 2 double crochet clusters. So it's basically 2 unfinished double crochets together. So to do that, yarn over and go through this space, pull the yarn through to have 3, yarn over and pull through 2, and then do another double crochet. So yarn over, go through and pull the yarn through, and then pull through 2 again. So these are 2 unfinished double crochets, and then just yarn over and pull through all 3 of them. And after this we are just chaining 3, so 1, 2 and 3. And because we chain 3, we are going to skip 1 space that we have here. And then in the following one, because we don't have this chain of 2 that we had here, we will be doing 3 unfinished double crochets together. So yarning over and going through the stitch and pulling the yarn through and pulling through 2. So that's 1 unfinished, then yarning over again and going through the stitch and pulling through 2. So that is 2 unfinished double crochets, and then just 1 more, like that. And now we just have to finalize it, so yarning over and pulling through all loops that we had, and again chaining 3, 1, 2 and 3, and skipping 1 stitch here, so going into the following one, which would be this one, yarning over and doing 3 unfinished double crochets. So that's 1, 2 and 3, like that. And then yarning over and pulling through all loops on the hook, like this. So here I have completed 3 of them, and then just proceed by doing the same thing all around. And in total you should have 12 of these unfinished double crochet clusters basically. And I will meet you back again once I have finalized this round. So here I have completed all 12 of the unfinished double crochet clusters, and now again we can connect this round. And first just have to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then doing a slip stitch here in this top stitch that we have there, going through and going through the loop. So now this 4th round is connected as well. And again, just for comparison, you can see how it would look if you didn't do round 3 and if you did this round 4 only in the back loops. It would create like a outer line like that, but it's totally up to you which way you want to go with. But now we can proceed with round 5, and for this round we would have to introduce blue color as well, or whatever color you're using for this round. So just keep in mind that there will be some color changes in this round that we will be doing. But first we have to chain 2, so 1 and 2, and then we will be doing again double crochet around the middle stitch that we have there. So yarning over and going around the double crochet in the middle from the previous round, grabbing some yarn and pulling it through and making the loop looser, then yarning over and going through 2. And because we have to change color here, we won't finish it completely, but first we will be actually changing color before we finish this stitch completely. So to change color, I would suggest for you to do a slip knot like this to kind of create a loop there. And as you have it here, like as you have your hook here, just put the loop on your hook like that and just tighten the loop to kind of fit the size of the hook like this. And now we will actually finish this last yellow stitch that we had by using the blue loop like that. So just pulling it through like this. And it might seem a little bit tricky with all the yarn pieces that we have, so just keep in mind to kind of hold it with your fingers, the yellow color, so you don't lose it completely, and also keep in mind to take care of your blue color that you have there. And as we have done this step now, the following that we would have to do is to do 3 double crochets into this gap that we have. So yarning over and doing 3 double crochets in there. So that's 1, 2 and 3. And as we are doing our third, again keep in mind that we will be switching back to the yellow color, so not finishing completely the last stitch, but putting this blue yarn and holding it back somewhere there, and then again switching back to the yellow color, so just grabbing it and finalizing this stitch with the yellow color like this. And then we can proceed again with doing the double crochet that goes around the middle double crochet from the previous round. So yarning over and going around the middle stitch like that, grabbing yarn and pulling it through and making the loop looser, then yarning over and pulling through too. And again, not finishing completely, but switching back to the blue color. So as you can see, it's quite a lot of back and forth between the colors. So grabbing the blue and finalizing this stitch. And then again, doing 3 double crochets with the blue color into this gap that we have here. And again, third one, we are not finalizing it, but switching back to the yellow color and finishing it with yellow like that. And then using yellow to do a double crochet around the middle stem like that. And not finalizing it, but switching back to blue and finishing it with blue, and again doing 3 double crochets in here. So just continue repeating this procedure all around, and yeah, just switch between both colors as you go. It might seem a little bit tricky at first, but once you get used to it, it's very easy. And I will meet you back again once we are done with this round. Here I am almost done with this 5th round, and here it's just left to finalize the final 3rd double crochet. And in this case, once it's the final one, I will be just using the blue yarn, so finalizing it like that, and then going through the yellow here that we have, the 2nd yellow basically, or the one that's right before we are starting with blue. So just going through this yellow stitch that we have, grabbing yarn and pulling it through to create a slip stitch like this. And then from now on we can basically cut off our yellow yarn, because from now on we won't use it anymore. So just cutting it off like this. And now we will only be using the blue that we have here. So first step that we have to do to start with the 6th round is to chain 3. So 1, 2 and 3. And then in the same space we will be doing 1 double crochet. So just doing that. And this is basically half of our first corner. And to finish this corner, we just have to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then do 2 more double crochets into this same space. So this is 1 and just 1 more in the same space like this. So this is basically our corner as we start working on the square shape here. And then for the next stitch we are doing 1 double crochet into the next space right after the corner, and then in the following we are doing 1 half double crochet. So if you don't know half double crochet, you just have to yarn over, go through the stitch, grab some yarn to have 3 loops, then yarn over and pull through all 3 of them like this. So that's half double crochet. And then after that we are doing 7 single crochets in a row. So starting from here, that's 1, then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And once you have done the 7th one, we are doing 1 half double crochet and then 1 double crochet. And then again we have reached the following corner, so in this yellow stitch that we have there, we are going to do 2 double crochets together in the same, so that's 1 and another one. After that we are chaining 3, 1, 2, 3, and then doing 2 more double crochets into the same space, 1 and 2, like this. And this is our second corner. So after that we are pretty much just repeating what we did, doing 1 double crochet right after, and after that 1 half double crochet, and then again 7 single crochets. So just repeat that until you reach the following corner, and then repeat the whole process again. And I will meet you once we have to connect this round again. So once we have done that, we have reached the beginning where we started. So now again we just have to connect this round by doing a slip stitch. So just going through the chain of 3 that we had in the very beginning at the very top, going through and doing a slip stitch like this. So at this point we have actually already established a square shape, and just to measure it, I can check that it is around almost 9 centimeters. However, I feel like it's not big enough, and also we could smoothen out the edges and the square itself. So I would typically suggest that we would add another round of either half double crochet or double crochet. It's totally up to you. In this case I will be doing half double crochet, so chaining 2 and doing half double crochet into every single stitch, including this first one, and then moving on to the next one, again half double crochet, and then we have reached the corner. So in the corner it's pretty much the same as we had before. We will do 2 half double crochets followed by chain of 3, 1, 2 and 3, and after that again in the same corner we are doing 2 half double crochets together. So that's basically getting our corner established again. And then in every single stitch that we have right after that, we are just doing half double crochet without any changes at all. So just go around and do half double crochet into every single stitch that you have, and in the corners do 2 half double crochets, chain of 3 and 2 half double crochets all together. And again I will meet you back once I have completed this round as well. And for your reference, this is our 7th round, just in case if you're wondering. Here I have finalized this whole round, as you can see, and I only have the last stitch left here, so the final half double crochet in there, and then again I can connect it by doing a slip stitch right on top of this first half double crochet. So just going through and pulling the loop through like this. And once that's done, if you wish, you're more than welcome to add more rounds of whatever stitch you wish, either if it's single crochet, double crochet or half double crochet, it's totally up to you. But if you want, you can also just finalize it, and to do that just chain 1 and pull the loop longer, and then grab your scissors and cut it off. And as it's cut off, just pull it out and tighten it by pulling it like this. And here's our square of this super beautiful and cute sun that we just made. And just to measure it now, once we have added all of these rounds, in total it measures around 10.5 centimeters. So yeah, if this is the size that you're going for, you're more than welcome to stop here, or if you wish, you can add some more. But yeah, this is how it looks. It's super cute and super nice. And if you wish, you can kind of try to combine this together with the moon granny square tutorial that I have, or just go with the sun and create it in different colors, whatever you wish. And also, if you want, as I mentioned before, you can easily skip the round of single crochets that we had, so you can have something like this by only going into the back loops as I did there. But yeah, it's totally up to you. Feel free to create multiple squares as you go and connect them by just doing a slip stitch or using a darning needle or whatever works for you the best, and create some amazing crochet creations such as cardigans, tops, bags, whatever you wish. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. So that was it from me today. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it was useful and you managed to recreate this square as well. I would be super happy to see your creations, so feel free to share them with me either here or on Instagram or wherever you can or want. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, please give me a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye!